Did you know that before becoming Emperor of Mexico, I was an Austrian Archduke? I am Maximilian I. I dreamt of a grand Mexico under my rule, but my story ended tragically at Cerro de las Campanas. Learn about my life, my triumphs, and misadventures. Don't forget to subscribe and give the video a like. I was born on July 6, 1832, in the Schönbrunn Palace in Vienna, as the youngest son of Archduke Franz Karl of Austria, and his wife, Princess Sophie of Bavaria. From a young age, I immersed myself in a rigorous education that prepared me for a future in diplomacy and military service. My childhood was marked by the majesty of the Austrian courts and the teachings of private tutors who instructed me in multiple disciplines. As I grew up, I developed a deep fascination for travel and natural sciences, which led me on expeditions to Brazil and other exotic destinations. During one of these trips, I discovered the beauty of the landscapes and the diversity of cultures, which fueled my vision of a more connected world. My love life was undoubtedly a significant chapter. Despite courtly intrigues, I found love with Charlotte of Belgium. We married in 1857, and although we faced challenges as a couple, we always maintained a strong bond. She became my steadfast companion and support, especially during the most challenging moments that would come later in Mexico. One of my most significant achievements was, without a doubt, my ascension to the throne of Mexico as its emperor, a position I assumed hoping to build a lasting empire under the patronage of Napoleon III of France. While my intentions were noble, aiming to modernize Mexico and establish liberal reforms, the political and social complexity of the country presented unexpected challenges. The idea that a European monarch would rule Mexico didn't come out of the blue. It was primarily promoted by the conservative Mexican elite and the imperial ambition of France. My appointment was not a mere whim, but the outcome of the Miramar Convention in 1864, where the foundations for my reign were laid. During my tenure, I promoted modernization projects, such as infrastructure development in Mexico City. I also tried to mediate between the conservative and liberal factions of the country, albeit with limited success. My vision was of a Mexico where everyone, regardless of their social status, could benefit from modernity and progress. Interestingly, despite the political tensions, I was always genuinely interested in the culture and well-being of Mexico. Charlotte and I came to live in the Chapultepec Castle, which we adorned with European art and furniture, but we also appreciated and valued local traditions. However, my reign was filled with challenges. Despite my efforts to win over the hearts of the Mexican people, my position was always precarious, largely due to the rejection of foreign intervention and the resistance led by Benito Juarez. Still, until the last moment, I strove to leave a lasting legacy in a country I had come to deeply love. As my reign progressed, tensions in Mexico intensified. The Republican forces, under the leadership of Benito Juarez, were determined to regain control of the country, and my position weakened further when Napoleon III decided to withdraw his military support. Those I trusted began to desert, and eventually, I was captured by the Juarist forces. On June 19, 1867, at Cerro de las Campanas, Querétaro, I faced my ultimate fate. Despite pleas and diplomatic efforts, even from my beloved Charlotte in Europe, my sentence was sealed. That day, alongside my loyal generals Miguel Miramon and Tomás Mejía, I was executed. The nation I had come to love and had sacrificed so much for would also be the setting for my tragic end. An interesting tidbit is that before my execution, it's said that I gave my gold watch to one of the guards, as a gesture of goodwill and acceptance of my fate. My death, without a doubt, marked a turning point in Mexican history and paved the way to the Republic. My life, though short-lived, was an odyssey of ambitions and dreams. Despite the challenges and adversities, I always sought the best for Mexico, a nation that, even though it didn't see me born, will forever hold a special place in my heart. If you're fascinated by this tale of my life and fate, I invite you to subscribe and keep discovering more stories of characters who, like me, left their mark in history. See you next time.